affect proceedings today. Of course, the wind not as gusty as it was last week when we were out at Don Vale and there were gale force winds, but it certainly will play a factor today given how strong that breeze is across the ground. And we'll hear more from our boundary riders as they assume position throughout the afternoon and keep us up to date with what's happening at ground level. It'll be interesting to see the positional changes as well, where some of those key players will line up. Boys, so we're going to get a quick tip from each of you. Gav?
Well, I'd like to think that Blackburn could get the upset, but my head's telling me that Vermont will be too good. With Blackburn suffering injuries to key players in recent times, they're not in great form. So on form, I'm going to tip Vermont.
Yep, I'm going with Gav. I think that's a fair assessment.
What about you, Dan Sensic?
Vermont for mine.
And Grant Campbell?
Vermont by 15 points.
There you go. You've got a margin bet from the great Soupy. So we're all set for proceedings here. Blackburn hosting Vermont. It's going to be a great clash, hopefully a tight one. Let's head across to Gav Casey for the start of the game.
Siren signals the start of this big clash here at Blackburn. And the Rucks go out at Blackburn winning the first tap as they go left of the screen to the scoreboard end. No clear winner out of that first ball up, so the umpire will have to come in. Interesting ruckman going forward. Whale Buxton, he doesn't often take the first bounce, but he's going to get involved in the ruck. But Castricum took the ruck duties for Vermont. He got his front position, and down at ground level, Perry was trying to work his way through the pack for Vermont, but he couldn't do so. So it'll be another ball up. He was closely checked by Xavier Murphy. Oh, that was Johns actually that time. Another ball up will come in as the ball does not clear where it's balled up. Pretty much just goes straight to the ground, and all those on ballers get on top of it. Quick kick forward's been smothered, but Blackburn might be able to break here at half forward. Hand pass dribbles forward, another hand pass in congestion's been mopped up by Johns, and John feeds it back to his teammate and Carey from the half back loads up a long kick on the outer wing, and Purdy just tumbles into it but couldn't take it on his chest, and it's bounced off out of bounds.
Interesting that Luke Conker has come in as a late in for Blackburn, and he's lining up on McCafferty inside forward 50, so that's definitely one to watch.
Yeah, some late changes. Hanley, Grierson and Campizano, the casualties, all three listed emergencies. Conker, Bathy and Cruz into the fray. As that one forced back over the boundary line, we'll have take two of that ball up. Also, Dan Reid comes into the side for Vermont, is the only change. Bailey Hotka, the admission. So we shall see how those personnel changes affect, if they do at all, respective sides. In comes the boundary throw in. Talmanello wins the tap down. In hard there is Thorpe for Blackburn, but it's mopped up now here by the danger man Ellis. Goes in towards half forward. In by foot there is Crocker. Gathers the ball in. He's chased there by Parker, but chased over the boundary line, and we'll have yet another boundary throw in.
Yeah, it'll be certainly in the favour of Blackburn here to maintain this physical type of game where it's at ground level. I think they thrive in those conditions more so than Vermont, but Vermont do have big bodies.
So Whale Buxton and Talmanello. Talmanello again with the tap down. Comes out now here to Faulkner, trying to bust his way through as that's over the boundary line again. But free kick given now to the way of Vermont. Schneider. Let's have a look here on the replay. We can see... Well,
holding the ball.
Textbook dropping the ball.
Okay. May look like he got him up high, but Schneider take the first set shot of the game and chance to get the Eagles in front on the scoreboard. You line up from about 50 out on the tightest of angles. And a chance now here to get the 6 on the board. The kick is pretty good.
He's got it.
It's through. 6 points on the board. Vermont, first goal of the game. Schneider gets them up. It's 1-6 straight to Vermont. Blackburn yet to score. 2:56 goal on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
Well, Damo, we spoke about this in the pre-game. The first 5 minutes are going to set the tone, and we said the pressure would tell the story. Well, Vermont have just effected a tackle inside forward 50 that's resulted in a goal. That's the sort of tempo they'll want to keep up, and that's the sort of tempo that Blackburn needs to match.
And Schneider's influence has to be nullified here. He's a very good player, very consistent player. He's a player Blackburn have to watch.
We'll get the boundary riders involved soon enough because the wind is going to the right of screen to the Central Road end, and it's favouring Vermont for the first term. The umpire's got to get involved again as that ball up in the centre has quickly been surrounded by a lot of players. So it's going to be a heavily contested stoppage games by the look of it. The wind's going to play a factor in not being able to take control. And we'll go boundary side for some comments on the conditions.
The conditions are very strong, winds going towards the Burwood side of the ground, but the ground conditions are in excellent condition. Thank you.
So it's at half forward for Blackburn, but they just can't squeeze a hand pass to an open player. So again, it's Carey off half back, but he's been tackled and Blackburn hold it into their area, looking to get their first score on the board as we pass 4 minutes in this first term. So the umpire is going to probably get RSI injuries from balling it up so much. He's at centre half forward. Can Vermont break through McComb? Spoons a hand pass forward, but again, they can't get out of... Now it's a holding the ball decision going against Mendez as he didn't get clear on the wing. So Blackburn doing nicely, in tight. They'll just long kick into the forward line. Late getting there would be Conker, but he couldn't get to the contest, and Vermont take a saving mark, and it's a short pass to McCafferty in the opposite pocket.
So the kick up towards centre wing, and that's taken there by Crocker, looking for options downfield. And he's got one. Well, I thought at least he had one, as that one was dropped, gathered in there by Fagan there for Blackburn, and they take control of the ball. Kick down there towards a vacant half-forward flank. Conker may have been pushed in the back. Play on, says the umpire. It's heavily called. Is it Conker now trying to get in there for Blackburn, almost holding his man there in Davidson. And Davidson dragged over the line there by Conker. They were actually going at it before the first bounce. So I think that's a storyline we should keep our eye on as the afternoon progresses. And another boundary thrown right in front of our commentary position here in the forward pocket for Blackburn. The ball comes in, one down now. Applying the tackle there was Reed, and he wins himself a ball up. And just about 15 metres inside the 50 here for Blackburn.
That was great persistence before by Conker and gained some valuable meterage for his side.
So in comes the Rucks, knocked out there. The tap in towards centre and towards full forward, a mark taken there by Lehman. And he'll go back and reset now here for Vermont. Just goes in short into the forward pocket, finds his man there in Davidson. He tries to go out during the centre, and we get an infringement off the ball, I believe.
Throw in.
Oh, boundary throw in. I mean, he got a little too casual there with his...
He stepped out when he
stepped out, yeah. So, 6:14 gone, still one straight here to Vermont. Blackburn yet to score, and they'll be looking to here off this boundary throw in. Uncharacteristic error here in the forward pocket. In comes the throw, knocked down there by Cruz, tried to soccer it off the ground as well, couldn't clear the danger, neither can Vermont. Wrapped up there was McComb for Vermont, and a ball up. And so stoppages being the fixture here so far of this first quarter, Gav.
Yes, it looks like it's going to be one of those days with Baffy doing a lot of work around the ground, but it's Castricum winning the body work. It comes back to Baffy, quick kick to the goal square. Nice punch by Lehman to ground level, but it's a contest for the ball at the top of the square. And Vermont hold up nicely. Conker picks it up and gets himself out of the pack, but kicks it straight up in the air. Defensive punch from Perry, clears it by 30, but still Blackburn have got possession. They look to load up from the top of the arc. Tominello gets a feeding hand pass. Now a short pass in the pocket, just overdone. And Blackburn can't keep it in hand. And thankfully for Vermont, Davidson picks it up and takes it out of bounds.
Gee, Joel Perry's playing deep in the Vermont defence there, and it's really shone through in the opening 7 or so minutes of this game. To be able to affect the spoil and I guess stand tall at the contest, it's really holding the Vermont defence in good stead.
The taller Tominello gets the front, wins the tap for Blackburn. There might be a holding decision after that ruck contest, and it's off the ball to Blackburn, so they'll load up from 50 metres with the free kick. As Brucey just likes to get in the lollies while we're in the middle of things.
He's got his insulin on standby, I'm sure.
So it's Blackburn from outside 50, long kick to the goal square. With the wind, it'll hold up, and the defence does nicely with Castricum getting on the last line to tap it over for a minor score. And that's Blackburn's first score at the 8-minute mark. They trail by 5 points with Vermont the only goal.
So to bring it back in now, Lockie John, second in the goal scoring race this season for Vermont. Nice kick, that finds Schneider here on the half-back flank here for Vermont, assessing his options upfield. And nothing but contested options, that being this one in towards the half-forward line, takes a bounce onto the ball now. Here come Blackburn, hands up now, finds McCauley. He moves it out now here to centre half-back and across the wing in the direction there of Jake Hammond, who's got a bit of time and space, but 2 Vermont players to deal with. Turns and spears it in now towards the centre half-forward line, gathered in there by Lehman. And quick hands now here finds McCafferty, got to hurry as the pressure was coming in. Nice mark on the deck, taken there by Callum Mendes. And he'll take it back now here from the centre half back. Shocking kick goes up there towards the half forward line. Take it in by hand there by Whale Buxton. Gets the hands out over the top now here to Sam Wadley. Kicks this one now in towards the forward pocket. Taking a mark there was Crocker. And a great mark taken in the forward pocket. And he will line up from opposite where Schneider kicked the first for possibly Vermont's second goal of the afternoon.
He's one of 6 ins for Vermont after they defeated Montrose last week. He had a slight injury concern, but he's come straight back in.
And what a way to make your statement, coming right back into the game, as we've got a change on the ground here as Dawson comes on now here for Blackburn. But coming in now is Crocker, lining up from about 30 out. He's just sprayed that to the right, and just the minor score there for Vermont. They are 1-1-7. They lead Blackburn 1 behind, 9:38 gone in the first term.
Damo, Vermont so far have been a lot cleaner going forward, haven't they? Blackburn, I suppose, have bombed it inside forward 50, whereas Vermont have just been able to hit up a target.
Yeah, agree.
So it's Blackburn. They just go to the pocket, broadcast side, grandstand side. They go long to half forward now with the kick. Just a spilt ball, but it's mopped up by Hammond. He's a long way from goals. He has to mop up his fierce hand pass. He does so, and he spears the pass in nicely to Harkins, who he tried to before, but he's had a couple of miss kicks. Now it's Baffy looking to get onto it as Hammond goes towards the goal square looking to take that mark, but he's got 4 Vermont Eagles around him. Now the bodywork goes as the contest is about 30 out. Ground level, it might be rode by Reed. He just can't pick it up under pressure. He's bumped off it by Reed. Now Blackburn get involved again, holding the ball decision as Blackburn try to get a kick towards goal. And Vermont just soak up a lot of pressure. Nicely done by Howard. We'll see a lot of him today. One of the top midfielders in the EFL. His kick is beautiful to the wing, and he's got a runner in Wadley. So Wadley from the out wing takes it long, and he puts a tumble punt, but it just went off the boot. Screw F. And I reckon the wind's got a bit on the drop of the ball to the foot even, and it's gone to the left flank and out of bounds around near that left post.
Gee, the tackling pressure of Vermont early on in this game, the opening 11 minutes, has been superior to that of the Panthers.
Just to join that, Cam Howard's had quite the haircut and the facial hair addition in the last month, so kudos to him. Here's Talmanello with the tap down against Purdy. Purdy wins it. Ball goes into the deck, and out now here for Blackburn, trying to clear the half-back line. In there for Vermont is Mendez. Commits solidly there by Macaulay, and we will get a ball up after a fracas and a half there. Well, will we? Yes, we do. Finally get the umpire's whistle, and a ball up just on the half-forward flank here for Vermont. Tamanello getting the better of the ruck contest so far. He wins that one again. Ball on the deck, picked up now here by Thorpe for Blackburn, and he peels off and kicks this one up towards the centre square. Great mark taken there. Well, it wasn't 15. Play on. Here's Carey. Gets a hand pass now back now here to I believe that was Johnson in, and taking the mark. Well, I thought it was taking him. I was actually spoiled over the line. We'll get a boundary throw in the forward pocket. Almost crossed the wrong person off my list there for this afternoon. It was Hotke who was under the mission. Here comes the boundary throw in. Run down there by Tamanello, the two-handed tap. Blackburn trying to clear this one out. They do so. Kick comes in towards Perry there for Vermont, and he takes the mark here on the centre wing in front of the interchange commentary side here at Blackburn. 1-1-7-1 the score if you've just tuned in. The kick now in towards full forward. Fires up, and maybe an infringement. Play on. Oh, well, we got a free. We do have a free kick, and Vermont getting the free. I did see that was Wadley there that was pushed. Oh, well, that's a costly start now here to Blackburn.
He made the most.
He made the most of that one.
Yeah, well, more than made the most of it. There was a phantom push, and he made it look like one with his bum going forward as he tried to mark it. He was well under it all the time as well.
So it's Cam Purdy to line up. My apologies. And worthy of an Oscar, not a Golden Globe, as he runs up dead in front from about 20 metres out. And he's put it wide. Well, he would have had the house on that. Well, that's just the minor score. Vermont 1-2-8. They lead Blackburn just the one behind. 13 minutes gone, first quarter.
Steve, I reckon there's a wind from the pockets which pushes it across the face, but straight in front. Don't give away the goals. And that's a bad miss.
You'll have to default on the mortgage to that house, I think.
Well, not hard to do in this part of Melbourne.
No.
So Purdy lets his team down for this time only. We hope for him today. But 1-2-8, the Eagles leading Blackburn as Baffy gets in the behind position, but takes a nice outstretched mark. And he's doing well. Is that roaming ruckman? And he's got another short on, and Harkins is getting involved as a half-forward marker. He's on the wing, and all the players seem to be in front of him as he looks ahead to get a short on, and he's going to try to chisel the pass towards his teammate, but Cruz couldn't take it, and at ground level, about 3 on each side jump on the ball close to the line, and it'll be a ball up 70 metres around from Blackburn's goal. They trail by 7 points at the 14-minute mark. Tominello got a big reach on his opponent, and front position he won't be beaten, but it's close to the line and out of bounds.
Everyone's going man on man as well. No side's giving an inch at the moment. If you just look at the setup, particularly inside forward 50 for Blackburn, it's man on man.
So Tominello versus the shorter Castricum. Again, Tominello gets front position. Who's there to rove his tap? It seems like it's Snyder's going to pick it up. He just tumbles a kick to the centre corridor. It's marked by Blackburn. Danger signs for the Eagles as the kick goes inside 50. It's a floater with the wind. The defenders are helping. Lehman is composed, draws it to ground, picks it up, tries to use Tim Johnson on the run, but the boundary line will beat him. And it's a hard ball to mark, and the defenders are probably thankful for that.
Oh, Conker with yet another Oscar Award nominee with that dive there in front of the forward pocket. Didn't win the free kick anyway. Boundary throw in, tapped down. Looking for the ball now here at Blackburn. Trying to burst through the pack. There was Parker for Vermont. Ball coming out now. McIntyre tried to get the hands out. Smothered off the boot brilliantly there by Xavier Murphy. And a tackle. The umpire says, I'll have the ball, fellas, here right in front of the interchange bench. Commentary side. Tominello is the key in terms of Blackburn in the centre breaks. No one just seemed to finish it off. Well, a ruck infringement called here, and it was against Vermont. So Tominello's got himself a free kick. He's going to move the ball quickly, just bombs this one in towards the forward line. Plenty of players there. Perry wins the spoil now, taken there by Reed for Vermont. Great tackle applied as gang tackle there was Wadley, and we'll have a ball up.
I don't think you can, if you're Blackburn, you can't be bombing the ball inside forward 50 because Perry's going to fist it away each and every time because there's a significant height difference between him and a lot of the other forwards.
And you got Castricum down there as well, who's quite the tall player himself. There's a quick snap off the boot there by Adam Parker out towards the half-back plank. 1 foot race there between Kenworthy, but he lost that battle. Good hands there by McComb. Tries to get the ball back now here to Howard, and he kicks this one up towards the centre wing area. It's out on the full, but I believe we've got a free kick back downfield.
Behind play, yeah. It's going to go back to that Wadley push-off when he kicked it.
May have been a little late. So Wadley's going to get a free kick here on the half-back flank just outside the 50 here for Vermont. 16-20 gone, 1-2-8 the score. Leading Blackburn just the one behind. Kick now in towards Perry. He takes the mark and plays on quickly. Kicks this one up towards the centre square. 3 Blackburn players there. One of them's Prendergast. He's on the ball now. Quick hands. Shaking the tackle there was Harkins. He's moving up, tries to kick this one down that. Sorry, that was Harkins. Going to say he was going to kick it to himself. And he takes the mark now here on the wing for Blackburn. Kicks this one up now in towards the halfback flank. A test there from Perry. He won the battle there against Bathy. Moving in now was Cruz. Lost the ball. Taken in there by Fagan. Gets the hands out now. Conker gets wrapped up. Got the kick out just before he did. Fagan trying to go off the ground. Almost kicking in danger there was Bathy. Play on, says the umpire. Kicked out towards the centre wing area. Foot waste there between Hammond and Whale. Buxted. Blackburn win the ball. Good hands out now here to Chris Clay. Clay, well, his pick was a poor one. Picked up now here by Schneider, and he moves it out now to a vacant centre wing area. Topped off, great one-handed mark taken there by McIntyre, and he fires it right back into centre half forward, and the mark taken there by Ben Danaher. Quick hands were a poor one. Back to McIntyre. Throws 2 Vermont players to the deck as if they were a ragdoll. Blackburn still have the footy. High kick up in towards centre forward, and great. Well, almost a mark taken there by Lehman, almost taken by Wadley. Appeals for holding the man, and they are given. And the free kick given now here to Vermont.
So Parker shares it with a teammate, but they're mucking around too much. Howard's one of them, and he finally gets his kick to half forward, and it's marked at half forward for Vermont. They'll load the kick inside 50, dropping back with a flight of it was Parker for Blackburn. He nearly got his back taken away from him as he stood his ground. So Blackburn share it around halfback, got the numbers to do so, and the kick speared into centre back, and the Panthers are able to control their things through Cruz. He quickly plays on, but he now changes directions, goes to the outer side, looking to a marking contest on the wing. Hammond, couple of grabs at it under a heap of pressure, draws it to ground, and it's free kick, won by Blackburn, getting in first at the in and under. So it's Blackburn, outer wing, who'll take their kick. And looking for a short and find one, and Danaher is at centre half forward. He led Wadley to the ball. Now Danaher gets onto his left, tries to spear it in. Good position for a mark. 2 grabs at it. Just dropped by Thorpe. And he really nearly at it. But the long kick out, well, second to it was Wale Buxton. He's thrown it after being tackled, and it has to be given. So Blackburn, the clearing kick nearly dropped to the advantage of Wale Buxton, but he was tackled straight away, and it's a throw.
So play out now here on the wing area now here for Blackburn. Looking upfield there is Chris Clay, has to retreat, nothing on offer. The kick now up towards Harkins on the half-forward flank, and he takes the mark just in front of Tyson Himes. And, well, looking for targets downfield. Every single one of them appear to be marked. And all told to play on now here by the umpire. He decides to retreat back to Clay, and they decide to switch the play back the other way. Well, that kick was just a short one. Trying to get the hands out there was Reed. And well, under pressure, the Blackburn defence delivered. McIntyre can't gather the ball in. Blackburn really under pressure here on their own half-back line, but they finally clear the danger, and out they come through the centre square. The kick now coming in towards half-forward in the Conquer direction. Well, pushed his man out, and gave away a free kick to Johnson. And a bit of a lazy one to give away there, as Johnson will look to bring his team back into the plate. 19 and a half gone here in the first term. Vermont up by 7 points. Kick now out towards centre wing. Trying to take the mark there was Castricum for Vermont. Ball in the centre square. Quick hands there by Parker. Oh, met solidly off the play there was Crocker. And we're going to have a downfield free kick. That was late and high. Take your pick there, as you see on the replay. Here's the contest.
It's a reversal.
Oh, gone back the other way. Okay.
One of the Blackburn guys went down after Vermont tried to redemonstrate when where the free kick was going to be taken in shooting range. But now it's a turnover kick. It's been marked by Lehman on the outer side, as Vermont are intercepting well, but Blackburn seem to be kicking to them. Short options on. Howard drops it and allows Blackburn in the centre corridor to pick the ball up. Another turnover might go the way of Harkins. He's first to it, but he's got two to beat. He jumps on the ball, but he gets underneath the ankles. Well, he's tripped.
Yeah.
So Harkins loads up. He's got Baffy waiting for it on his own. He'll now got a pack in front of him. Ground level, it's still Blackburn over the shoulder, and the free kick will be given to Blackburn. And Four got at ground level, picked it up, tried to run through the pack, but when he got tackled, it was straight over his shoulder.
Perry and Hammond having to go. Yeah, I mean, silly free kick to give away.
Inside 50s 12-7 in favour of Blackburn, and they've also laid a lot of forward 50 tackles 8-1 in their favour.
It's been a good quarter from Blackburn, soaked up a lot of the pressure without conceding a score.
They have.
And they're 7 points behind at the 21.5 minute mark, with Thorpe lining up from 40 metres out. It's a very deliberate approach. No angle to consider. It's only the wind potentially as the fights go on around the 50. The kick drifts off to the right, never comes through the middle, and it's another minor score.
Well, they've done all the hard work there, Blackburn, and in that passage of play, they actually had two men in the middle. Sam Hudson was one of them, and they would have been away. They did that the hard way, and what the shame's been for Blackburn so far is they've been so good up the ground, but their delivery inside forward 50 hasn't been great, and their execution inside 50 hasn't been great either.
So Lockie Johns to bring the ball back in now here for Vermont. 22 minutes gone. Kick now into the centre of the ground. Contested mark. Trying to knock that one out was Castricum. Swooped onto there by Schneider. Taken high. Won himself a free kick. And he'll go back and reset now here for the Eagles. He kicks across ground in the direction there of Carey. Takes the mark uncontested and decides to settle things down.
Carey at centre, half forward.
No Pagans paddock here today, though.
Well, we'll look for Glenn Jakovic there to come into the lineup for Blackburn.
It's a blood rule here.
Oh, blood rule, yeah, coming off the ground. Cross boundary side, maybe we can get an update on that shortly. But going to back himself here is Carey. From about 55 out, I'd say. Straight, or maybe a 5-degree angle to the right. But as we see, as Gav has pointed out, that breeze could play the factor. In comes Carey, the kick is long, and it's just to the right of actually about 2 metres, and just the minor score. Vermont 1-3-9. They lead Blackburn 2 behinds. 23 minutes gone on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
We'll hit boundary side, I think, in a moment. There's a report down there.
I think you can hear the conversation as our boundary rider's probably just trying to figure out what's going on.
So the kick out for Blackburn's a wobbler off the boot. No one could mark that, yet that's a finger breaker, really. So it's at half forward for Vermont. They might be able to spoon it out wide. And it's in the hands of Johns. Loads up. He puts it to the right post. Never comes just inside it. And it's another miss to the right. Vermont 1-4-10, leading by 8 points as we tick towards 24 minutes first term.
Vermont have to watch that breeze, I think, as they've had a shot for goal. 1 goal 4 to their total at the moment. It's pushing out to the right, and I think they have to take that into account every time they shoot.
Might as well get the scope out, like we're from 200 metres, put in the clicks. For you hunters out there, shout out. As the kick now, that one taken there by Davidson on the half back line, and he's going to send it right back to where it came from. The kick now down towards the goal square. Contested, Mark Crocker trying to come in over the back, and that's rushed through for the minus score. So 3 in a row, 1-5-11 Vermont, and they lead Blackburn 2 points.
Well, Damo, we spoke in the pre-game about the potential of this being a shootout. At the moment, it's a very low-scoring affair, and that would suit Blackburn to a T.
The kick out, well, it went directly to the opposition, and now Howard mops up at half forward. He puts it out to the left flank. No mark taken. The wind's playing tricks with every kick, even the short ones. McComb's got it close to the boundary line. Feeds a pass, then Crocker marks it under a heap of pressure. 45 metres out in the left pocket. So they played around with it, Vermont, but they finally hit up a target, and it's Crocker who's been getting a lot of marks around the ground, having his second shot at goals for the day.
Has to aim at the left goalpost here, I think.
Yep.
So we'll look at it. The bearded Crocker.
I'm waiting for the caddy to come out and give advice on which putt to take.
Well, there's always advice over the fence from there.
That's true, yeah. Plenty of it.
So this is probably the most acute you'll get at Blackburn on the left side as the goals sort of face a bit more squarer. He puts it nicely to the left post, hasn't got inside the middle of the goals, and the goal umpire signals 2 to Crocker, 2 to Vermont. 2-5, oh sorry, Schneider kicked the first one. Crocker finally gets on the board. 2-5-17, a 15-point lead to Vermont as Blackburn are 2 minor scores.
Well, it's a goal Vermont needed, I think. Even though Blackburn have done well in terms of negating that scoring pressure and moving it through the corridor, I think Vermont have just looked that little bit stronger in terms of their disposal and delivery. They just haven't converted.
Yeah, definitely right there, Damo. And Crocker's one that's looked dangerous every time the ball's gone near him today. So it's good to see some reward for his effort.
So 2-5-17, a healthy 15-point lead now here for the Eagles as time expiring here in the first term. Rucks go at it again. Tominello just plays the patience game and soccers this one off the ground. In come Wadley there for Vermont. Couldn't win the footy. Still a contested ball as Reed applies the tackle and it's got it. Oh, Whale Buxton had about 4 players hanging off him, and we'll get a ball up.
The old big school kid running away with them all hanging on to him.
So Whale Buxton wins the tap. Tominello takes it straight off him, tries to get the hands out, and players dive on. We'll have yet another ball up. Yeah, interesting. Whale Buxton gives out about 2-3 inches in height to Tominello. He's going to have his work cut out for him all afternoon. There's just no support here for Tominello in terms of the roving. The centre breaks as this one kicked off the ground, gathered in now here by Carey, got the kick away after the tackle from Hudson. It's kicked up towards the centre half forward line, and a foot race on now here between Johns and McCauley as that one was got to the ground. McCauley got the kick away, coming in now to try and green the ball. There was Kenworthy, and he ends up underneath. That's the first quarter siren, and it finishes 2-5-17 Vermont to Blackburn's just 2 behinds, and we'll get our thoughts from the gentleman here.
Well, it was certainly an interesting quarter. I think Vermont probably dominated in terms of their physicality, pressure and delivery, but Blackburn would be happy in the sense that they haven't given away a hefty score and they're within 15 points at the first change. So a lot to take out for both sides.
Well, I think Blackburn deserve to be a bit closer. They just haven't been able to get reward for effort up forward. They've looked good in other parts of the ground, particularly setting up out of defence and through the midfield as well. But their disposal when going inside forward 50 has been suspect, and I suppose bombing it in a few times when you got Perry there to bring the ball to ground and the running defenders of Vermont, they've been able to rebound off that and create opportunities. So that's definitely something they'll probably want to correct up. But look, at the moment to be 15 points down to Vermont, and I suppose kicking to that scoring end of the ground in the